Okay, good afternoon. This is Harlem Network News, and I am Terri Wisdom, and Harlem Network News is a new media platform. I know you were just seeing one of our guests, that is Dawn Jones, and I just want to share Harlem Network News is a new media platform. We actually started at the onset of COVID, and it has been quite a journey. We have gone all the way through just the pandemic itself, Black Lives Matter, just all of the killings of all of the, Blacks. It's just been quite a journey, but we have stood firm. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, all of the others that have just sacrificed their life for us so we can still stand firm. We had the March on Washington, and we're very excited that that is coming up again in August with voters' rights. There's so much happening, but you can always join us on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter. We just launched on Clubhouse. So we're very, very, very excited about what is happening here in Harlem and Harlem of the World. So without further ado, I am just going to introduce my guests that are here today. I have Dawn Jones, and I have Pojonee Flores, and also we may have Imani Scott join us. And these are some of our leaders. This is the grassroots drumbeat leaders of Harlem and Harlems of the world. So I'm going to just start with Dawn. Briefly introduce yourself, and then we'll go to Sister Pojonee. And I'm hoping that Imani will be able to join us. Maybe Pojonee, you can text her, because it looked like she was trying to come in. So just text her. But Dawn, you go ahead and just let us know who you are and whose you are. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Dawn L. Jones. I'm a national board member at the National Action Network. I've been a member of the National Action Network since about 1999 after the Amadou Diallo case. I became a lifetime member in the year 2000, and I became on the board after the Alberta Spruill case in approximately 2003. And about, I'm gonna say 2010, I started my own business, DJ Card Creator, where I met Imani Scott. We were exhibitors at Harlem Hospital, at WARM. We All Really Matter, that's Stephanie McGraw's organization. It's a domestic violence organization based here in Harlem. And we met there at Harlem Hospital. I had seen her before performing in the community, and I even wanted her to perform at Convent Avenue Baptist Church when I shared a ministry there. And then we just started doing events in the community, you know, from the International Arts Festival, Harlem Week. In fact, today I'll be in Harlem Week more as with the National Action Network with a voter registration information table in front of the Riverside Church, that's 490 Riverside Drive. But basically that's about myself. And I recently have joined the New Amsterdam Musical Association. I'm sure Imani Scott, the current president, will be joining us. They're each and every Monday at the Monday Night Jam sessions as an exhibitor, along with Imani Scott, Imani Creations and Entertainment Incorporated, Holistic Harlem, and myself, DJ Card Creator.
Okay, all right, Dawn, thank you so much. And as I shared with you, for those of you who are just joining us, this is Harlem Network News, and I'm Terri Wisdom. I'm your host, and I'm the news director. And we are honored to have Pojonee here with us. Pojonee, just introduce yourself and, you know, tell us a little bit about what's going on. And as I shared, these are indeed the leaders in our community. This is our leadership. We talk about Harlem leadership. These are the unsung leaders. So record it, because we got this. Pojonee, thank you.
Giving thanks. Oh, I'm so grateful to be on this platform with you, Miss Terri, and all the Harlemites and Harlemites of the world. Thank you for having me. My name is Pojonee Fleury, and I am a publisher That's where I first started out back in 2007. And I have had different titles, but two other main titles that I've recently added is author and inventor. And it's funny because I actually invented my product before I started publishing. So when I first got out of college, I was working, looking for different opportunities and things like that. I was living that busy young woman life. And I just ran into a situation which prompted me to think about, you know, a whole new type of women's underwear. So it was really exciting, but I didn't know where to go or you know, really how to bring this thing out. And I started getting into publishing, started publishing Brown Eyes Magazine, a holistic health publication that we blend with positive entertainment. I later on started Behind the Scenes magazine, and also later than that, we started Keskeya magazine. And I did the publishing, and it was amazing, getting so much love and connections. But I always had my idea, you know, my product in the back of my head, and it was a lot. I thought it would have been, you know, really simple, just to, you know, start something retail. But it was an amazingly challenging journey, which prompted me to write my memoir when I was,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay. So much going on, so important, so dynamic, just in terms of all the things that are happening and all the things that you sisters are doing. For those of you that are just joining, I'm Terri Wisdom, and this is Harlem Network News. So we're going to go to you, Dawn, and if you could just share a little bit about what's happening today in Harlem, and you know, just all the things that are connecting, because there's so much going on. And Harlem Network News is the voice and drumbeat of Harlem. We want to assure that people are informed. Knowledge is power, and so goes Harlem, so goes the world. We are indeed the Mecca. So if you would just share a little bit about what's going on. And we just want to put up prayers and blessings and healing, because we know that this COVID variant is rampant and it's running strong. But we are about health, we're about consciousness, we are about healing and about ourselves. So, you know, your choices, vaccine, no vaccine, that's real. However, the most important thing is to strengthen your immune system, okay?
Absolutely.
Strengthen your immune system, most important, and strengthen your mind. You know, do not receive all that is coming at you. You know, stay with self, stay protected, stay with the creator, whatever that means to you. Okay, so thank you. I do believe that Imani has joined us. I guess her audio is still joining, so we'll just go back to Dawn. And as soon as we have audio, we will hear from Sister Imani. Okay, go right ahead, Dawn. Thank you.
Okay, as you know, Harlem Week is an annual celebration of the best of Harlem, which works to promote its rich African American, African Caribbean, Hispanic, and European history, as well as arts, culture, religion, business, entertainment, and sports. Harlem Week began in 1974 as Harlem Day, a one-day event of encouragement and fellowship in Harlem for New Yorkers and beyond. Given the huge success of the celebration, additional days were added to showcase the community's rich economic, political, and cultural history. During our 46 years of producing Harlem Week, the event has grown from a one-day event to a month-long festival, and now as an 8-day live and virtual event. We look forward to you joining us this year to experience the 47th annual Harlem Week as the celebration with our theme, Rebirth, Rebuild, and Rejoice. And I happen to be also a member of the Greater Harlem Chamber of Commerce. I was an exhibitor.
Leaders.
And I was reached out to by Winston Majette. And at that time, I told him I do not have a storefront. And then I was blessed to be in a storefront with you, Terri.
Okay.
And I was in a booth at the Harlem Artisans Market. So I went on and joined at the invitation of Winston Majette. I'm not able to make all the meetings because I'm still employed by the city of New York, but I am a member and I attend each and every year, whether I'm an exhibitor, vendor. And what I'm going to be doing this year, I'll have a voter registration and information table in front of the Riverside Church. We will be giving away hand sanitizer while supplies last, face masks. We have plenty of face masks. If anyone needs to register to vote, they can do that with me because I am also coordinator with the Board of Elections. I'll make sure that voter registration form gets downtown. And also I'll have a sampling of my products, and I will be having flyers for the New Amsterdam Musical Association at the Monday night jam session. Just basically I'll be an information table in front of the Riverside Church. That's a set part where people enter and exit the festival.
Okay, and if you would just share a little bit, I know that for those of you who are just joining, I am Terri Wisdom, and this is Harlem Network News, and this is Harlem Week. And as Dawn just mentioned, Harlem Day turned into Harlem Week, and Harlem Week is really and truly what I would call Harlem Month. So everybody support, we shout out the Greater Harlem Chamber of Commerce and all of those warriors who continue to make that happen. The chairman, Lloyd Williams, Charlotte Sutton, who just keeps it all together, Marco Nobles, as she said, Winston Majette, we salute you because it is very important that we make a legacy and we continue to have conscious events that are recurring. This is our culture. These are things that our children and our elders can look forward to. And really Harlem Week, Harlem Month covers it all. So get on out to Riverside Church, Grant's Tomb, and partake in that great day in Harlem. There's going to be music, festive, connect with people and share and heal. Imani, are you here with us and are you able to share? I'm not sure if she can. Okay. All right. So we're going to go straight to you, Pojonee. I know we're moving around. We have a lot of information and everything is connected. We are a village. So whatever we're speaking about, it's all connected. And we also are leading by example of how to live and what you can do to be prosperous. Pojonee, let's go to you. Just tell us a little bit, because I know that you have a lot of interactive businesses. You're doing a lot. You're a mother, you're a wife, you're, in women's organizations. We share Grameen together, which is a women's organization that does microloans that happens all over the world. So Pojonee, just share a little bit about your Brown Eyes magazine and also your new initiative that's allowing people to know what's open. Thank you, Pojonee. Go right ahead. Pojonee?
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here. So yes, I'm actually in the car going down to Baltimore. So if you see it's a little bumpy, I got my seatbelt on now. So I'm heading out of town so that I can present and and showcase what I'm doing. And I will be coming to the Harlem community live and direct next Sunday, because my first publication, my what I call my baby, which I started in 2007, is a holistic health magazine, Brown Eyes magazine. And so it's really important that we are keeping the conversation going about holistic health and holistic health practices and lifestyles. And so Sunday, August 15th, in front of the State Office Building, we'll be having a holistic health and wellness fair, where we'll be celebrating the culture of health. There's certain pockets of communities across the world who have set up their culture to be healthy. And I just want to focus on that. I want our people to focus on that and to increase that, all through all of our communities, because we're not just, one big whole community. So we really need to spread that culture of health and look to that culture for anything, during the pandemic and beyond. There's so many things that have come to us traditionally that we can keep going and keep alive for our next generations. So it's going to be amazing from 12 to 5. There'll be kids activities, children activities. There will be wellness activities. We'll be having presentations where we'll be actually honoring things like CMOS and aloe, so giving the properties and different things like that so people can be educated on those things. And we'll also just have some really great performers giving information, things like that.
Okay, that sounds great. So in order to participate, and I know that that's going on during the time of Harlem Week. Harlem Week will be having the Great Harlem Week Fair that happens on 135th. And I believe that's next Saturday and next Sunday. And it'll be going like straight from St. Nicholas Avenue all the way over to Fifth Avenue. However, Harlem is a village. Harlem, you can walk it. So once you finish or interweave, on 135th, you can go on down to 125th at the State Office Building, right at the corner of the great Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard, and just participate in that holistic health fair. And I think that, I know that this year, and I was focusing on all eyes on Pojonee Fleury, but this year, a holistic health fair is more important than any year because we are facing the pandemic, and understand that nothing is just a pill and a shot and you're done and you're good. Right. This is Harlem Network News. I'm Terri Wisdom, and I'm not a medical doctor, but I am of the school of heal thyself. Yes. I am a sacred woman with Queen Afua. I have gone through many gateways to understand health and to connect with myself. So at the end of the day, whether you're seeing a doctor or not, it does come back to healing yourself. Yes. You have to take responsibility for your health. And as we can see with this pandemic, with the variants of the pandemic, we are not in control. We have never been completely in control, and we will not. There's a greater force than us, and there are things that happen. So even though people have received the vaccine, there have been some breakthroughs where people are still getting sick for many reasons with COVID. Part of it has to do with, as they're stating, that there are people that are not vaccinated, but also the people that are vaccinated can still spread it. Yes. So at the end of the day, holistic health and consciousness and understanding what is happening around you is critical. Yeah. Dawn, and then I'll go back to you, Pojonee, because it's all connected in terms of our health, the health fair. I know that, Dawn, you won't be at the health fair, but you're a great part of it because you partner with Sister Imani and, Harlem Holistic, and, partnering with Sister Pojonee as well. So what are you doing and what are you recommending to folks in terms of really just strengthening their immune system and their mind in this time? And once again, we're not doctors, we're not medical doctors, we are citizens of the world, and we're conscious, and we're about healing ourselves. Very critical. Dawn.
Yes, I really wish I could be at the health fair. I wish it was a different weekend, but Harlem Week is so crucial for the work that I do in the community. But I certainly will be spreading the word, and I will be introducing people to the Juice Plus. Because what I have been doing, I was hospitalized at Columbia Presbyterian for 10 years back in the late 90s for gallstones and pancreatitis. That is because I was not eating properly. I was fast food queen. I was driving in and out of McDonald's, Burger King. I don't want to advertise all of the junk, but that's what I was doing. So as I laid in the hospital, everyone who came to visit me, they didn't even say hello. They said, I'm gonna start eating right. So after that, I started pretty much on the right track. Now, when my doctor was prescribing D3, I didn't even read the bottle. I just went and took it because he said to take it. When I went to the doctor and he said, "Did you take D3?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Well, if you did, then take 2." I didn't know that back then he was trying to build up my immune system until COVID hit. And I read the bottle. Being with Imani Scott, and she has the
And
Juice
I'm
Plus
sorry to
products.
interrupt you, Dawn,
Yes.
but we want to make sure that as we're speaking about things, that everybody understands what we're talking about.
Yes.
Harlem Network News is about knowledge and power. And so D3, break it down.
Okay, well, D3 is a supplement. It's a vitamin supplement. But in addition to doing D3, I take Juice Plus, the gummies. I take 4 a day. I take 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon because that berry contains elderberry. And elderberry is something that builds your immune system. Okay, and then in the evenings, I take B12. In addition, here at home, I have sea moss, I have black seed. I drank sea moss last night. I'm just doing everything that I need to do to keep up my immune system. I have taken 8 COVID tests from Columbia Presbyterian, Harlem Hospital, even in St. Martin. Okay, my brother was so afraid that he would have to pay for me to stay there. I tested negative on all 8 tests with no vaccine. That shot is not going to keep you from getting COVID. I can name some prominent people who got COVID after taking the shot. You have to do eat the proper foods to keep your immune system up. There were times that I just ran out of the house with nothing in my body. I make sure I have something. This morning I had yogurt, I had walnuts. If you read, everything that I have in my system right now is keeping my immune system up. I was also hospitalized at that time for dehydration. I was dehydrated. Okay, so I make sure that I keep, at least eight glasses of water each day. I keep water with me. If I come out and forget water, I just go on and stop at that local deli bodega on the corner and get water. And I keep myself hydrated. And that's my recommendation. I am a member of Convent Avenue Baptist Church. They have a vaccine center. I am not in favor of it. I'm on the board of National Action Network with all ministers. I'm probably the only layperson on the board.
All right, all right.
I am in disagreement with them. Okay, I let them know I am doing holistic. The Congresswoman Elisa Reese said, "Let me have your number." But they're in support of these one-shot deals, which I do for the city of shots. And I am just totally, they look at it because the Vice President of the United States, the President of Spelman, the President of prominent people have taken it, but that is not the right way. You have to do whatever you can to keep your immune system up. You just have to take that time out. And that is what I've been doing through the pandemic. I have lost family members in New Jersey. My aunt and uncle are both deacons. That was October. December is devastating. My cousin in Philly, all from COVID.
Prayers.
Okay, so it's been hard as far as losing family members, but as far as for myself, I haven't been sick this whole pandemic because I know that I've been putting the right things into my body. And it's all about immunity. And I just don't understand vitamin C, just drinking a simple juice, whether it's orange juice, orange, what my mom used to do, cut 4 oranges in 4s. Just eating an orange, little simple things that we need to do to keep our immune system up. And that's what I've been doing this whole pandemic. So
thank you, Dawn. Thank you for sharing. And yes. I'm Terri Wisdom. This is Harlem Network News. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, harlemnetworknews.com. We're up on Clubhouse now. So we'll keep you posted when that's happening. And also last week, we launched our Harlem Network News newsletter. That allows us to connect with you. We always put the newsletter up first thing in the morning. Harlem Patch is 6:30. Harlem Network News is 7. So when you open your eyes and reach for that phone, because we know that's what you do, you're going to get the news. We have Sister Imani, and I know that she is multitasking, as we all are. Imani, if you would just unmute, are you able, and just say hello to the Harlem Network News and just let us know who you are, whose you are, and what you got coming up. Okay.
Okay, greetings. Hi, thank you for having us and having me on your broadcast. So yeah, I'm here at the New Amsterdam Musical Association. We already have clients here, so I had to deal with them. I won't be able to speak too long on the program, but I'm kind of listening in. So I'm currently the president of the New Amsterdam Musical Association, as well as the founder of Holistic Harlem, as well as Imani's Creations and Entertainment. Dawn and I work together with, all of the different entities, as well as Pojonee. We are partnered with Holistic Harlem. And so, as she mentioned, we have the program coming up next Sunday, the Holistic Health and Wellness Fair in front of the State Office building. We'll have a table there displaying a lot of what the products and services that we offer to the community, as well as some of our partnering companies. Dawn did so well in terms of just sharing, the responsibility of being able to maintain your immune system, and basic things that's, in our cabinets already probably. So our idea is to, mind, body, spirit, maintaining a legacy, and also our wellness in our economics is the focus of Holistic Harlem. And, we also, every Monday, we're at NAMA, which is New Amsterdam Musical Association, where we, we have a display as well. So that's what I have to say for now.
Okay, and if you would just share a little bit, Imani, all eyes on Imani, and this is Harlem Network News. And I know that your time, you're multitasking and dealing with your clients, but what is NAMA? Where is NAMA? What do people need to do if they want to come to the events or just be a part? That's very significant. If you could just share.
So let me just go back off camera for a minute.
Okay.
Sorry. All right, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, so NAMA is the New Amsterdam Musical Association. We're here at 107 West 130th Street, which is located between Malcolm X Boulevard and Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard. We're closer to Malcolm X. We've actually been, the association was founded in 1904 and incorporated in 1905. So it's actually 116 years in existence to this day. It was founded as the first union for Black musicians when we weren't allowed into the unions of the at that time, because it was primarily for, not people not of color. So the founders of NAMA actually did come together and created their own union. And so many prominent musicians actually came through the doors of NAMA. We say NAMA for short. So U.B. Blake was known to be a member who actually lived in the building for some time. Musicians would come in, and at that time, back, maybe 60, 70 years ago, used to actually stay, temporarily at the facility. Now we don't have tenants, now we don't have anyone living here, but we still keep the tradition of making it a home away from home for musicians to come and share their creative expressions. Monday Night Jam is one of the longest jam sessions and open mic, if you will. And so myself and my board chair, Kim Austin, primarily the producers now, because we reformatted the event to feature bands. Like, so next Monday coming up, it will be Keith the Captain Gamble. And the Gypsies. Yes. He was just on the plaza last Thursday for the summer stage, and he's going to bring that energy and fire to NAMA, which he does every second Monday of the month. He's the artist in resident here and
loving it.
Okay.
What time does the jam session start, and what time does it go to, and what is the donation to participate?
Sure. So thanks for asking that. So the doors open about 6 o'clock, but the event starts at 7. And then it's a $5 ticket, for entry. You can actually buy it at the door, or you can actually get it on Eventbrite by going to discovernama.eventbrite.com. There's advanced tickets there. We also have once a month, we started to feature, I developed a program called, an event called NAMA Legends. NAMA Legends is once a month. And that's where we get an opportunity to go a little bit more into the legacy and feature some of the work of the noted musicians of NAMA. Okay, so next we're doing a little bit, because even um, Morris Henry Minton was a former president of NAM at one time, the founder
Wow.
of Minton's Playhouse. So,
Yes,
you know, we
yes.
want to bring that legacy and knowledge and information to the community and to the world, really. So we also broadcast via live stream with Facebook. Okay, so if people aren't able to physically come to the location, you can actually check it out by going to NAMA's page on
Okay,
Facebook.
and what is NAMA's Facebook page so that people can know where to go and just be clear?
You can just search for New Amsterdam Musical Association, the full name of the organization, and it will come up. The link is actually facebook.com/NAMA, NAMA 1904-1905. Okay, that's the actual link. But again, you can, and sometimes we live stream from our personal pages and then forward it to NAMA's page. So either way, you'll be plugged in if you link with us.
Okay,
Thank you.
great. As you can see, it's a great day in Harlem, literally, because Harlem Week, Harlem Month is going to be happening today up at Grant's Tomb. And so we just wanted to share all that information. Harlem Network News won't air till 4 o'clock, but our show is pre-recorded so that all of that information is coming. Pojonee, I'm going to go to you and, just let you share a little bit more about how you're connected to Holistic Harlem, and then also about the Brown Eyes magazine, how people can find it, read it, stay connected. And I believe you have another magazine, and I don't recall the exact name of it, but it's speaking about what's open. So if you would just, bring that knowledge to us, drop that knowledge. Thank you.
Yes,
Pojonee.
thank you. So Brown Eyes Magazine, again, is a holistic health publication that we blend with positive entertainment. So we interview positive artists that are natural and doing the work, maybe community work. And so you can go to browneysmag.com to read all the articles. We have a marketplace there where you can get holistic items. And this is how I actually connected with Imani. You can see different travel experiences that we offer, spas and getaways, holistic getaways. And due to Imani bringing the travel business to my business, I, did not see the vision, but when she first met me, we met that first day, she said, "Oh, you need travel in your business." And this was many years ago. And, I'm so grateful because I would have never been in the travel space. And it's been a really great addition to all of the business activities that I do. And so you can stay locally with us and engage in wellness activities, or you can travel. Of course, a little bit challenging, but we do have staycations right here in the local area where you can kind of, stay but get away. And so
sounds wonderful.
That's the work that we're continuing on the 15th. Like you said, people can come and stay for a little bit. They can get information. They can get a gift bag. They can get the commemorative journal and a copy of the magazine if they would like next Sunday. And
Excellent.
so my new publication is actually a newspaper. I didn't do magazine style this time. It's what, I'm used to, but I wanted to step out of my comfort zone a little bit and challenge myself to bring out a new publication. So it's newspaper style, and we are covering what's open. It's called What's Open NYC, and you can go to what'sOpenNYC.com to find out what's open and what's not in NYC.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Very important. I'm Terri Wisdom, and this is Harlem Network News. And Harlem Network News is the voice and drumbeat of Harlem. You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, harlemnetworknews.com. We're on Clubhouse, Twitter. We are there, and we are still there, and still we rise. And I feel very honored today because I'm here with some of the Harlem Vanguard, Harlem of the World Vanguard. We are leaders, and Harlem Network News is definitely a part. That is what we do. You know, when we started at the onset of COVID, we knew the work were doing was important, but we now know it's even more important because a lot of the time, the major media just does not cover our stories, or they're covering it like in a 2-minute soundbite, which really doesn't give the opportunity for it to sink in. And we have also now added our newsletter, which is coming out twice a week to really magnify and assure. We have a lot of things that are happening in our community. I will let Dawn speak to that in terms of some of the politics. Much is happening. Governor Cuomo is what I call a mutiny on the bounty is happening with all the things and you know, some indiscretions that have been noted in terms of sexual harassment with women, and the jury is not totally out on that, but that's what's happening. And from all over the country, they have been asking Governor Cuomo to step down. And here, as a Harlemite, as a New York City person, I find that very concerning, very concerning. And this is not to do with what has occurred or not occurred, but we are in the middle of a pandemic. And now a lot of energy, and energy in New York City and in America is money, is now being diverted to, should we take the governor down in the middle of a pandemic? Concerning. Whatever is going on, I believe and I know that we must be respectful. We must conduct ourselves in a presidential way. And I will stand here out of love and out of New York, and just to say, whatever your concerns are, Mayor de Blasio, we have to be careful of how we speak. And speaking in, you know, like terms of we'll step the whatever down, Governor Cuomo, that's unacceptable. And Harlem Network News is going to stand for that. We can agree to disagree, but at the end of the day, it's about survival in our community and in our country. And we are in distress right now. So we all need to stay focused. We all need to stay bonded. We all need to stay connected. And this is not a cat and dog fight. It can't be. Dawn, on that note, would you like to share and just talk about some of the political things that are happening? We're going to wrap up. We're going to wind down. But as a board member on NAMA, NAMA, please share what's happening at NAN, and you know, just talk about the director of NAN, our Reverend Al Sharpton, Honorable Reverend Al Sharpton, who's been on the front line of everything. And of course, Derek Perkison, who is the chief of staff, you know, there at NAN. And we did invite Derek to come on today. Derek always comes on, and he's on the move. So please share, Dawn. Thank you.
Okay, yes. As you know, National Action Network is one of the leading civil rights organizations in the nation, with chapters throughout the United States, the entire United States. Founded in 1991 by the Honorable Reverend Dr. Alfred C. Sharpton, NAN works within the spirit and tradition of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to promote a modern civil rights agenda that includes the fight for one standard of justice, decency, and equal opportunities for all people, regardless of race, religion, ethnicity, citizenship, criminal record, economic status, gender, expression, or sexuality. Our platform is criminal justice, police accountability, crisis intake and victim assistance, voting rights, corporate responsibility, pension diversity, youth leadership, and bridging the digital divide. As you know, on last Friday was the anniversary of the Voting Rights Act. And what the National Action Network is doing, we're having a march on for voting rights on Saturday, August 28th, 2021. It is the 50th anniversary commemoration of the historic March on Washington in Washington, D.C., Atlanta, Houston, Miami, Phoenix. To register at www.nationalactionnetwork.net or 877-626-4651. Thank you so much for allowing me to make the announcement regarding the National Action Network. In addition, as you stated, Derek Perkison, our field director, he is also having community days in each borough. I'm just going to share the one in Harlem because that's where I reside. Colonel Young Park, 143rd Street and Malcolm X Boulevard, right here in the village of Harlem on Wednesday, September 1st from 11 o'clock a.m. to 7 p.m. There'll be video game bus, mountain climbing display, music, DJ, face painting, food and beverages, rock wall, and COVID testing van. So we're going to be, it'll be with the Community Affairs Bureau of the NYPD, Nan Youth Huddle, led by Ashley Sharpton, who's doing a phenomenal job
Thank
with
you.
youth at the House of Justice, Street Corner Resources, and others will be helping in that effort. So those are the two things that we have going on at the House of Justice. In addition, I will be doing voter registration and information in front of the House of Justice with the NAN Disability Committee we've been out for the months of July and August on Thursday and Fridays. In the afternoons, and then on Saturdays, we'll be in the front of the House of Justice. As I stated, the same thing we're doing at Riverside Church, giving away masks, hand sanitizer, gloves, voter registration, information of the upcoming early voting dates, the election day, November 2nd, whatever, if a person needs to check their voter registration status, find out where they need to vote. I will be there on hand after the rally that meets each and every Saturday morning from 9 to 11, live on WLIB 1190 AM.
All
National
right.
Action Network never closed. It stayed open through the whole pandemic. It's just that our committees have gone to Zoom. So my committee that I chair, National Action Network Political Action Committee, we've been hosting Fifth Saturday forums, and last month we did one on eminent domain, ranked choice voting. We do Fifth Saturday virtual voter education forum project series to give information on voting. Unfortunately, we don't really get civics taught in our schools, and maybe not even at the higher level. So we'll be doing that on a local level because so many things change. And when people go to vote, there were some folks that didn't even know we were doing ranked choice voting when they came in this past primary. So that, and then what we have coming up in November is ballot questions. So we'll be educating the public on the ballot questions before they go in to vote on November 2nd. So basically, that's what the National Action Network's been doing. It's a whole lot more that I can share because it's so many pressing issues in the community, housing. As I just was turning to look, there's been so many, unfortunately, so many shootings.
Yes.
Violence. So we've been addressing all of those issues, but I just wanted to highlight some of the events that are coming up. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Dawn. As we wind down, as like you said, there is much to say, and we must be the megaphones and the speakers for our community so that it can be interpreted. Dawn Jones, DJ Cards just spoke about so many important things. I am Terri Wisdom, and this is Harlem Network News, and extremely critical that the information gets out. Voter registration, critical. We're going to be doing just a show on voter registration in New York City, not even just Harlem. This past primary that happened on June 22nd, only 28% of the people in the entire city of New York voted, okay? As we are marching to Washington, for voter rights, as across the country, people are leaving their state so they don't get arrested in Texas for the whole of stopping of voter suppression here in New York City, where we can vote, only 28% of the people voted. Ranked choice, whatever you think about it, because it was very complicated. And as Sister Dawn said, a lot of people didn't even know that ranked choice voting was happening. And at the end of the day, when we went for ranked choice voting, only 17% of the people voted. Okay, so this means that 17% of the people and 28% of the people are choosing what's going to happen in your life. And our community, so, you know, and I think voter suppression can happen in many ways. We are facing many pandemics here in Harlem and the Harlems of the world. We have a health pandemic, which took the scab off the wound with COVID. But we have a pandemic of food insecurity. We have a pandemic of housing. We have a pandemic of, you know, poor health services. We have the pandemic of education, where I can speak for here in Harlem, and I raise my hand, I raise two hands, that we have right here in 2021, separate but not equal education. 99.99999% of the children in the Harlem community, particularly Central Harlem, are Black and brown children. This is a gentrified place, but their children don't go to school here. So, I mean, that's another pandemic that we're experiencing, gentrification. So we have a lot going on the table, and you cannot be disconnected from the civics and the politics. It's impacting you. You pay taxes every day when you just buy a loaf of bread, well, not bread, but, you know, something that has a tax on it, that's food, soda, whatever, okay? They're taking taxes out of your check every day. If you have a business, taxes are coming out. You got to pay the tax. So we are paying for what is happening politically. So I urge you to get involved. I urge you, just like I remember the opening of Spike Lee's, you know, film, wake up. Everybody got to wake up. Wake up. You have to. Your life does depend on what's happening. Decisions are being made for you. You know, quote unquote, we could say slavery is over, but is it not? You know, right now in the state legislature, and I don't want to go on to that, but I'm going to really try to bring them in, some of our leaders from Brooklyn, because reparations for real passed, I believe,
New York State Assembly. Yeah.
And, you know, Assembly member, the Barron family in Brooklyn, kudos to you, because you brought it. But a lot of people don't even know about it. So we got to get conscious. We got to get aware. We got to wake up. You know, we got to stand up for ourselves. It's just, it's imperative. So thank you, Dawn, for that. And anybody who would like to help get the vote out, please reach out to harlemnetworknews.com. Reach out to harlemnetworknews@gmail.com, you know, so that we can help you to organize. You can just do it on front of your building, a couple of hours. Let people know what's going on. Very critical. And I mean, the last thing I'm going to say about the politics is here in District 9, okay, which is the mecca of Harlem. It is the life force. It's the heartbeat. We don't have a city council person yet.
Right.
It has not been decided. It boiled down to our incumbent, Bill Perkins. And there's a new sister on the block that a lot of people don't know, Kristen Richardson. And she's neck and neck with Bill Perkins. But it's very, I mean, Bill Perkins is an incumbent. He's done a lot of incredible things, but right now he's got health challenges facing. He didn't really campaign. And there are boots on the ground people like Athena Moore, like Cordell Clear, that was second and third runners up. They didn't get in. Everybody knows them.
Yeah.
They didn't make it because folks didn't really come out to vote, and they didn't see what was happening with Christian. We blindsided. Right. And that's not cool. It's not cool. We got gentrifiers and developers that are pushing through and trying to take, and they don't care if you're in the home. They don't want you, even if you're sick in a hotel, they want to put you back in the shelter. You know, this is a genocide that is happening. So we need to be very clear about what is happening. Pojonee, if you would just say some closing words, Dawn say some closing words, Imani say some closing words. And like I said, Harlem Network News, I'm here with the Harlem Vanguard, trying to make sure that we stay alive. And I love the concept of holistic health because it has to do with everything, business, education, your health, it's a circle. So Pojonee, closing statements, thank you.
Thank you. I'm so glad for the political conversation because it is so very important that we understand politics and what the nature of it is. And I always go back to my organizers who taught me that the political is personal and the personal is political. So even just the side of the street that we ride on, the fact that they, put certain lanes in your neighborhood, in your community, that's all deemed by politics. So if we are not involved, then like you said, Ms. Terri, I think it's a very good analogy that we might as well just be, slaves again. And it is that serious. Sometimes you don't want to be so dramatic, but it really is that serious and that critical. And I just want to encourage everyone to drink water. Doesn't matter, what water, just get that water in you. It is the life force. Before that they came with quote unquote treatments for COVID. The recommendations were to drink a lot of water. That was one of the, washing hands, drinking water. And these are things that are time tested. And you don't need the FDA to let you know that. So
That's right. Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
Thank you. That's not going to change. Drink the
Yes.
water. Stuff that's going on with the CDC and all of that's changing, but there are some basics that don't change. And water is one of them. Whatever % of your body is water, that vitamin C, that vitamin D, getting your rest, what was the one that you spoke about, Dawn? Juice
Plus.
Yeah, what is that, dear?
Okay,
and then
now,
give your closing
Imani
statement.
can speak more to it than
Okay, Imani, are you able to speak?
Imani introduced me to Juice Plus, but I've been using it faithfully every day at 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock, 2 gummies a day, in addition to omega-3, because I have a condition called dry eye. Okay. On Friday, I was standing on Malcolm X Boulevard. The water just popped out my eyes. It doesn't even come down like a tear. So that's because I'm not getting in enough omega-3. So I'm making sure that I take my omega-3, salmon, you have mega mixes. So I'm making sure I get that intake in my body as well.
Okay, so the juicy, they're gummies.
I'll share a little bit more about
thank
it.
you. Go right ahead.
Sure. So Juice Plus is actually a brand, but it's whole food nutrition. So what it is powdered fruits, vegetables, and berries, okay, as well as you have omegas, and the omegas are all plant-based. The thing that's unique about it is that you can actually see the farms where the product is actually, where the produce is actually grown, and that is vine ripened. So what happens is, especially during this pandemic, you've noticed that most supermarkets now, at least have more produce available, which is really, really beautiful. But the problem is, and people sometimes don't really understand why we want to go with organic. But even organic, you can't really monitor the quality of it, because as it's being transported from wherever it's coming from, it's still, exposed to different chemicals. Okay. And so whatever you're eating is actually, still the body has to go through that process of trying to get past all the toxins. So the Juice Plus has become a solution where you're actually just taking 2 capsules of either fruits or vegetables or berries, and it's all vine ripened, organic, and it's bioavailable in the body. There's over 41 clinical and medical research that verifies what it does in the body. So no matter what the conditions are, because we can't make any specific health claims, but what happens is the body is intelligent enough. Your creator made this body as a miracle machine that actually each cell knows how to survive if it has the proper nutrition that's going in to be able to process that. But in addition, of course, we do need to have water. Really, you're supposed to be drinking half your body weight in water, not just, a couple glasses a day. And the quality of water is important as well. If possible, do the alkaline, or at least put some lemon juice in your water to alkalize it.
Absolutely.
Those things are important. There's those things that we even learned through Queen of Food. Terri and I have come through Sacred Woman. Even Pojonee, we actually met at Queen of Food is one of the
heal thyself.
Yes. So, warrior on the ground, Queen of Food is, amazing, and her work still stands. But the basic thing here is that most people might not get into juicing. Even myself, I wasn't able to juice every day, with the busy hectic lives that we have. So the thing is that with Juice Plus, it makes an easy button where you're actually, just able.
Now, Juice Plus, because I hear you talking about a powder, and I hear Dawn talking about a gummy. So what,
Yes.
is it in different forms? And
It's in
where
2
can folks
forms.
get some Juice Plus?
Thank you. So, and it's funny that we're all partnered here on in the Juice Plus, because basically, you know, it's in 2 forms. It's in the powder, which is in a capsule, and
Okay,
it's also in the gummy form.
okay.
And the gummies are so delicious.
All right.
Yeah, so it's really a treat to eat, but you're eating something that's feeding the good bacteria in your gut.
Love
Okay,
it.
and most diseases start from the gut. So it's actually able to, and this is great for children as well. We actually have a children's program where the
Mm.
children get the gummies free for up to 4 years,
Oh, wow.
ages 4 to 18, or even in
Okay.
full-time student in college. So
Okay.
the way that you get to the information, I'll say my site is Imani, IMANI .juiceplus.com. Okay, because pretty much, like I said, we are all partnered, but pretty much, you know, we can always direct people to whichever representative, you know, can give them more information. We have webinars almost every day with different health practitioners, doctors, you name it, dentists, chiropractors, all of that give a wealth of information about healthy living. The whole goal is
Thank you.
inspiring healthy living around the
Okay.
world.
And where are these seminars? We're wrapping up, but this is
Zooms,
important information.
primarily Zooms, but we're going to be doing a holistic Harlem event.
Okay.
After this Sunday, we're going to be doing a holistic Harlem event weekend at
Okay.
NAMA.
Okay.
So that's going to be on, I think, the 25th and 26th of September.
Okay.
We're still working out the details of that, but that's where we actually have hands-on.
Okay.
One other quick thing, if I can, is growing your own food is the other aspect of it.
Yes.
Aeroponic
Okay.
growing. And
Okay.
so we'll have that display on the plaza next Sunday, as well as we have one here at the NAMA in the backyard,
Okay.
where you're growing your own food. It's so delicious. It's so easy.
Love it.
No,
Love it.
no soil. It's just air and water, and you're
Okay.
able to grow anything from watermelons to your herbs, which is, you know, thyme, rosemary, all your different lettuces, kale, broccoli, you name it. It's within hand's reach. It lessens the waste, because a lot of times, even when you're buying produce, most people are not eating everything you buy, and you're wasting money. So this way you actually have food security as opposed to food insecurity, which is
Okay.
a big issue. So it's a solution that we want to offer to the community.
Thank
Very
you.
affordable.
Thank you for sharing that, and just cutting to the chase, because we got to go.
Yes.
Everybody's
Okay.
got a lot of things to do. You know, these are Harlem and Harlem of the world leaders. So these women are powerful and multitasking, and we appreciate you taking the time to share with the Harlem Network News audience. But once again, with the Juice Plus, the gummies and the powder, is it available in the stores, or do we have to order it? How do we get it? Because I'm ready for some Juice Plus today. I'm Harlem Network News. This is Terri Wisdom. I also want to give a shout out to all of those freshmen, including my grandson, Messiah Wisdom, who started at Howard University, checked into the dorm yesterday. And I'm very concerned about this. My granddaughter's a senior here, but I'm concerned because I want these students to be safe and healthy. You know, they're here, they're at the campus. The campus was shut down all year. So we want to make sure everybody's wearing their mask and, you know, doing what they have to do. But I want to make sure that they're healthy, because as it is with college students in the dorm, a lot of times they don't get the healthy foods, but we got to keep them even safe. You know, this is our legacy. This is our future. They need the support. So I want to make sure that they know, because knowledge is power. So quick, can we get the Juice Plus in the store? Do we have to order it? What do we have to do to get it?
Right, so you have to order it. It's, if it wasn't, we're distributors of the product line, because if it were in the stores, it would be a lot more it's expensive, put it like that. So it's very economical, very affordable for families, and like I said, we even have it for children free. So with that, what's key with it is not you just buying something off the shelf. You're actually being educated about health, you know, and the importance of nutrition and all of that.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you.
I put the website in the chat. I did put the website.
Yeah, put it in the chat. And we're doing articles now on our weekly newsletter, so we'll be sure to put that out, because knowledge is power. Okay, so thank you so much, all of you, for coming and joining. Pojonee, did you need to say anything else, or you good? Okay, you're muted. But
Okay.
we got that. Say, speak, sister. Yes.
No, we're good. Thank you so much again for having us and having.
Okay. Okay.
May I
Thank
just
you.
add, may I just
Yes.
add that Warm will be with us on the plaza. That's Stephanie McGraw with We All Really Matter. Okay, she's
Okay.
an agency, you know, that awareness about domestic violence awareness. But I also just wanted to be remiss if I left your interview without sharing this.
Thank you.
You've been selected as one of the nominees for the award ceremony that we're going to be having on the plaza that starts at 3 p.m.
Okay.
There's many that will be, you know, saluted for your work as wellness warriors, as
Thank you.
community warriors, as prayer warriors.
Mhm.
Okay, Pojonee put those categories together, and we have over probably maybe 50 people that we're going to be honoring
Thank
during the
you.
celebration. And you for sure is one, because you've done tremendous work in our community for years, but
Mhm.
instrumental and very fundamental during this time through the pandemic when you birthed the Harlem Network News. You and Bernardo have been pioneers in many ways, and we just want to salute you for your work and say continued success as we forge together to liberate and educate our people.
Thank you so much. And that really means a lot because when you're doing the work, when you get celebrated by the community and you're noticed, and it's not about me, but it's just about the fact that there's consciousness and awareness. And, you know, certainly we must salute one another and celebrate one another and we must celebrate ourselves. Okay,
Yes.
we must do that. So thank you very much for that, Imani. I am honored, and I'm going to close this out, but I'm not on the Clubhouse where we're going to count down and close out, but we're going to close this out. And I just wanted to say thank you, audience, for joining. I'm Terri Wisdom, Harlem Network News. We have had a great day in Harlem, literally going on out to Riverside Drive for a great day in Harlem with the Greater Harlem Chamber of Commerce and really Harlem Month. And I wanted to just run down the events of Harlem Week, Harlem Month today. And we did have the senior day. We had a great jazz on the Hill. But today, Sunday, we have a great day in Harlem. And that's up there by Riverside Church and Grant's Tomb. We have Summer Stage, and I'm reading Summer Stage that's happening on the Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Plaza. That will be Thursday the 12th, and there's also going to be an Uptown Market in conjunction with that. We have the International Film Festival. That's going to be at the East River Plaza. That's Friday the 13th. And then we have Summer in the City, and that is Saturday the 14th. We will be saluting Chadwick Boseman. There'll be exhibitors, vendors, radio, just a cadre of things. Harlem on Broadway. I mean, it's powerful, it's exciting. That'll be happening 135th straight on across from St. Nicholas to Fifth Avenue. And then Sunday is Harlem Day. And Harlem Day is, we'll be saluting our great ancestor, Cicely Tyson. So it's gonna be a powerful, powerful thing. And it's always a great day in Harlem because that's how we stand. We are strong. We are the Mecca. We are still here. So goes Harlem. So goes the world. So thank you very much for sharing. Please make donations to Harlem Network News. You can go to harlemnetworknews.com. That keeps us on the air. And a donation can be money, but it can be just you being a drumbeat and telling other people about Harlem Network News. And it also can be you sharing your stories. If you have information, we're going to start adding to our newsletter, you know, job opportunities or any other information that the community needs. You can also advertise your business on harlemnetworknews.com. And we want to salute, you know, one of our great business supporters, and that is New Harlem Coffee, newharlemcoffee.com. It's a beautiful packaging. And as she mentioned, one of our partners, Bernardo Ruby, is the head of that. So blessings to all. And it's a great day in Harlem. And you're going to see our show. It'll air every Sunday at 4. And then you can go to YouTube to be a part. Thank you, sisters. Harlem strong all day long. Thank you. This is Harlem Network News. Take care. Blessings.
Thank you.